welcome back to my channel. I am here in Florida still. I've been here for a little while now. We've been gone for a couple of weeks and we're here to sell a house. We have a house in Pensacola and it is going on the market probably in 2 days. So we had to go back and do a couple last minute things, get a couple things fixed and get the house cleaned out a little bit. But of course, while we're here, we checked out some bookstores. We went to Books A Million and Barnes & Noble. We didn't buy anything in Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble is my online store because everything ships wonderfully. Books A Million is my in-store store because they have an amazing bargain section. And when I have super cheap books at the tip of my fingers, I have a tendency to buy them. So I went and bought a few books. Maybe more than a few books. Ooh. So our next wonderful job is trying to figure out how to get these home. So I bought a bunch of bargain books, one not bargain book, and some graphic novels. So I figured I would start off with the non-bargain books and then work my way into the bargain books. So these are books that I bought for myself, books I bought for my boys. And I think I was doing a book I bought for my son's best friend. So this is the only non-bargain physical book that I bought, and it's called Riverkeeper. And I don't remember what it's about. Something about a corpse and a drowning person. My son liked the cover and read the back, thought it sounded interesting, and bought it. So he read me the synopsis before we bought it. And it definitely sounds interesting. It's talking about a treacherous river and a family who tends to clear the path through the ice and the weeds, fishing corpses from its depths while recovering a drowning man. That's how the back starts. So I mean, it sounded kind of interesting. It's really pretty. And he wanted a normal book, so I bought him this one. If he likes it, or if I get bored and want to try something new, maybe I'll steal it from him. I'll let you guys know. If anyone's ever heard of Riverkeeper, let me know because I have never heard of it before. The next stack is all of our graphic novels. So I will start with my boys' graphic novels and then work into mine. So Tyler got Overwatch. He is obsessed with this game, and apparently this is supposed to be like little mini explanations about the different characters in Overwatch and some of their background stories. I don't really know. But he was excited. At the time, Books A Million was doing a buy 3 graphic novels, manga, whatever you call it, comics, and get one free. And so we were really debating on if we should get 8 or we should get 12. We ended up getting 8. And I kind of want to go back and buy the last 3 that I had picked out. And Tyler wants to go back and buy the last one that he had picked out. But yeah, I think we're out of money and out of room. The one that my other son picked out was the entire Bone collection. I don't know much about this one except for the fact that my son absolutely loves this book. He has read it, several of them before. Everything is in black and white. This thing is like 1,300 pages. It is the entire series all bound into one enormous bind-up. I'm a little concerned he won't get through this because, I mean, the thing is bigger than my head and even probably wider than it. But he was really excited, and I get a student discount because I homeschool my boys. Plus we had a coupon and there was the buy 3 get 1 free. So we ended up buying it for like 20 bucks instead of the normal 40. I'm still a little concerned he's not going to read it though because this thing is enormous. Now for mine. I bought the complete, or all of the existing of 2 different series. So the first one I bought was I Hate Fairyland, and Hardbook Hoarder is one of the girls that I really enjoy watching, and she loves Hardbook Hoarder is one of the girls I really enjoy watching, and she loves this series. So it's about this little girl who gets caught in fairyland and she can't get out. And she doesn't age while she's there, so it's like a 30-something-year-old woman who is trapped in a 6-year-old body who is like destroying everything to get out of this fairyland. It sounded really amusing, and the pictures are so colorful, they're so vibrant, they are so beautiful that I couldn't help myself. So I bought all 3 of them. So here's the first 3 to go with that buy 3 get 1 free. And then I also bought Paper Girls. Again, I've heard great things about Paper Girls. I went in there for a couple of different ones. I went in there for Monstrous, and then a couple of other ones like Nimona. But I found Nimona, but we couldn't find the first one, the Monstrous one, so I ended up putting it in my cart online from Barnes & Noble to sit there indefinitely at the moment. But I did find these ones, and they're supposed to be like 1988 time frame Paper Girls. So this one right here, Smoking, her brother gave up his paper route and she overtook it, and because she overtook it, it opened the window for other Paper Girls to join. And so you have all 4 of these Paper Girls that are delivering papers on November 1st, when there's some weirdos still out from Halloween. And then they find a spaceship and all hell breaks loose. So I finished reading the first one, which has a ding on the back, which I wish I had paid more attention to. I just finished the first one and I liked it a lot. And it left me at a massive cliffhanger, but I can't really tell you any more about it because it gives it away. But the part that I did tell you is right at the very beginning. I mean, you see that stuff really shortly into it. I mean, we're talking, it's there, and they're only that far into it, so it's not really giving much away. It's kind of a monochromatic color scheme, so each page is kind of like, this one's all blues and purples, this one's like oranges and yellows, and it kind of follows that same trend throughout it. There's not a lot of variation in the color, but the comic is beautifully drawn, it's beautifully colored, and it's an interesting story. So I'm excited about that one. So those are all of our non-bargain books. I have a lot of bargain books. Alright, so the first one I have sitting here is Belle's story. So what if Belle's mother cursed the beast? And I thought this sounded like a really great book. And I have 2 of the other ones at home and I want to get all of them. I think I had the other ones in paperback though, and this was a hardcover. They didn't have a paperback version of this one, and it was $3 plus the discount that I get, so I think I ended up spending like $2.90 on this thing instead of the $3.97 it was supposed to be. But I thought this was really cool. My son picked up a couple of books. He picked up the first 2 Kingdom Keepers books. These are the only 2 that they had in store, and they are so heavy. These 2 together is so much more than this one. Even one of these is more, it's just, this is a much thicker book. These are tiny little books, and they are super, super heavy. Kingdom Keepers is about this group of kids that become holograms that get to walk around and instruct people and give tours in Disney World. And they have to be careful not to go into the parks when their alter egos are in there because they don't want to freak out the people. It's kind of like the Mickey Mouse thing where you can't see Mickey Mouse at the same time to different places. So if you're ever watching like Fantasmic at Disney World, you have Steamboat Mickey going along and then another Mickey pops up and this one disappears because there can't be 2 Mickeys at the same time. And that's the same idea with these ones. There can't be them at the same time, so they're not allowed to go into the parks without previous notice. But when they're sleeping, they wake up in the parks in their holographic states. And it's about the adventures that they go on while they're in the parks. I've read the first 2. My husband loves these books but only has them on Kindle, and my son is a no Kindle allowed child because he does not like that technology for reading. He likes the actual books. So I've already read both of these. They were good. I haven't gone any farther. My husband's read almost all of the ones in the first series. I think he's missing the last one. But they're cute books. The other book that he got was the Zodiac, and it was written by Stan Lee, and that is the entire reason that he wanted to get the book, was because it's written by Stan Lee. He hasn't started it. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. I know that it's about the Zodiac and astrology. I think it's about American astrology as well as Chinese, the Chinese Zodiac. So I'm not exactly sure what it's about, but it has pictures in it, and the pictures are cool. And his best friend started reading it, thought it was absolutely amazing, and wanted a copy for himself. And again, this book cost like $4. So I went ahead and I bought him a copy for himself. So I bought 2 of this exact same book. And if it ends up being good, again, I have absolutely no qualms about stealing books from my children. I will give them back, but I figure all the books in my house, for the most part, are open to anybody to read. There are several books like Saga that I would not let my children read, but pretty much anything else I have, they can read, and I read their books too, so that's one of his. Now to pick up on my books. Alright, so I just bought the Diviners. It should be at my house anytime now. I checked yesterday and it wasn't there, but it's coming in my Barnes & Noble box. So I saw Layer of Dreams, which is the second one of the series, and it was only $2.95. So I figured this would be great to read to go with it. I am a little bit concerned that the covers are totally different. I have the new cover of the Diviners, but I have the old cover, or the second cover, I don't know what cover this is, of Layer of Dreams, but this one was on bargain, so I wasn't going to like be real nitpicky about making sure I had the same copies of all of them until I actually read them. But I am a little concerned this is going to be a much bigger copy, because if you compare this to a normal paperback, it's huge. So it's a lot bigger, and I have a feeling that this might actually be a lot bigger than the Diviners. That's the only problem I have with mixing medias. But other than that, I'm really excited about this because I've heard that Diviners is about a 1920s, I don't remember what they said, something about the 1920s and something about a ghost story. And those two things together mean that I would be very interested in it. So I have the second one. It's only a couple bucks. Figured if it's great, awesome. If it's not, it's a couple of bucks. The next 3 books I got, I actually have already read. I got them from the library, so I wanted to have them for my own because I like them so much. The first 2 are the second and third book of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series. Again, they were a bargain. Again, they were less than $3, and I really, 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 really wanted them. I could not find number 1 though, and I still want to get her other novel, which every time I go to talk to you guys about it, I forget what it's called. But every time that I am in the store, oh, Strange the Dreamer. Ah, there it is. I want to get Strange the Dreamer, and I also want to get the first one. But now that I have 2 of them, they should be able to get the third one for less expensive, because I didn't want to spend full price on all of them unless I got one of the big beautiful box sets, and seeing them in the same editions at Books A Million for like less than $3, I couldn't help myself. I picked them up. And then the other book I've already read is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. And I read this book right after it came out, and it was really, really stinking cute. I did buy a box set of Morgan Matson's other books, so I was going to buy this in paperback, but the paperback was $3 more than the hardcover, so I went ahead and just grabbed the hardcover because it was less than $3, and the other one was like $6, and I'm like, I'm not going to spend $6 on a paperback when I can buy the hardcover for $2. But it's not going to match my other Morgan Matson books, and I guess it's fine. I mean, I don't care that much. I mean, I care, but I don't care. You know what I mean? But yeah, cute book. I really enjoyed it, so I bought it. The other one I'm thinking about I've been dreading and thinking about buying was The Love That Splits the World, because that book was amazing, but I have it on my Kindle. So do I have a physical copy and a Kindle copy? I just kept going back and forth, and it cost like $5.95. It was one of the more expensive books, so I didn't grab it. And the last set of books that I bought. I've never read any of these books. I've never even started these books. I've heard mixed things about these books. I've heard the first few are amazing, the last few are and then they just came out with a brand new one, and they have the entire series besides the one that just came out on bargain for $5 Plus I had a coupon. So I bought them all. It's the entire Throne of Glass series. From Throne of Glass all the way through Empire of Storms. The only one I'm missing is the brand new one. And I don't really know what they're about. But I've heard great things. And they were cheap. With my discount and my coupon, I got the entire series for less than 20 bucks. So, yeah, fair. $20. Now I gotta figure out how to get them home. So that is it for my little Florida Books A Million haul. I swear if I end up with any more books, I may have to like hurt myself because I have no idea how I'm getting these home. We actually just went out and bought an extra suitcase to put stuff in because we figured out that it was going to take us like 4 of those priority ship boxes to get everything home that we've bought in so far. So instead we bought a suitcase that costs less than those priority ship boxes, and since we're on Southwest we get 2 check bags for free, so we just adding a check bag to that. Now I get to go put these books in everybody's bags because I want to make sure we equally weight them so I don't end up with a 100-pound bag and then get flagged because it's too heavy. So yeah, that's my little haul and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you later.